Manchester City hold on. They lose by 1-0. They win 3-2 on aggregate. They are through then to the Carabao Cup final to face Aston Villa on March 1st. What's a big takeaway from this game, Craig, as we look at the stats?
I think Gary Taphouse in the commentary at the end summed it up quite nicely. They limped over the line, City, because, you know, there were one punt into the box and one challenge, one header, one drop ball, one strike away from going to penalties.
Yeah.
And why? Because, one, defensively, they've been shaky all year, we get that. But two, and you saw that little clip with the reaction from the City manager when Maguire gave it away, and they tried to play another pass. There's three of them, right? And they're trying to play another pass on the penalty spot when the easy thing to do was strike the ball at the goal. All this tippy-tappy football from City is great to watch at times, but make the right decision at the right time. When it's on to take a shot at goal, take a shot. If it's not, play the pass. And that's why at times they're not killing teams off. It's just overcomplicating it.
City simply are not and have not been anywhere near as ruthless as you would think, as you would like. At the same time, though, as we sit here, I thought this should have been all about Manchester City taking advantage of United. But I thought United, despite City's own issues, I thought they competed particularly well, particularly in that second half. I thought Solskjaer got his tactics right, how high up he pressed against City.
They didn't create much, though, did they?
But they didn't have to.
Yes, they did.
Well,
they did.
When I say you're one up, you know that City have an error in them, and that's what you're playing for. That was always their tactics. And again, listen, I know we're talking about City going through, but I was more expecting a hammering, the City to hammer Manchester United. So for United to come away with a win, I think I stand corrected, certainly in terms of my own expectation, and United fared better than, quite clearly, I thought they would.
That's it then. This is where United are now.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you play Manchester City and Nicolas Otamendi is on the field, the tactics become very simple. Force the ball to Otamendi and play it into his area, wherever he is on the field, because he's either going to give it back to you, he's going to commit a foul, he's going to put Manchester City in a difficult situation defensively. So Manchester United, to their credit, they did challenge Manchester City somewhere or thereabouts in the middle of midfield. And then you have to say, well, maybe Nemanja Matic did have a good game up until the red card. Maybe Fred did compete. But I cannot, for the life of me, think that Manchester United is down to a level of simply having moral victories, of saying, you know, we were close. We're right there. And I think that's what's troubling, is that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer will hang on to this and say things like, well, this is yet another step forward. It shows that we are on the right path. And if you are objective about this team, you cannot say that they're in the right path. This may be something of a positive sign, if you will, if you want to hang on to that. But I think it's more about Manchester City and their inability and unwillingness to put the game away when there was an opportunity to do so in the first leg, and certainly here in the second leg. So if you're a Manchester United fan, you can hang on to it and say, you know what? Yeah, this is great. Or you can say, you know what? If De Gea doesn't make the early saves in the game, we're not in the ballgame to begin with.
Let's not forget, Manchester City have Real Madrid in the Champions League. They're not going to win the Premier League this season. Obviously, they're through to the Cup final. But if you're a Manchester City supporter watching that game, or watching the both legs, and the fact that they couldn't put United to bed when they had the chance, Real Madrid, obviously, much, much better. There's a genuine concern there.
I'm not confident about them, I tell you, just because they're not killing teams off. And Shaka's, that word, ruthless. They've not been ruthless enough. And they have to be ruthless because they haven't got the defence to play that tippy-tappy, we'll get a goal when it comes, and they'll keep a clean sheet at the back, because they're not doing it.
Yeah.
And when they play better players, clearly Real Madrid, quality top-end players, they make mistakes, they'll get punished. And so I would be concerned about it. Now, he's got a bit of time to work on it. You saw Laporte in the stands, back from long-term injury, got a little niggle, so no risk there. That's a plus for them. However, I would be concerned with the defensive part of their game. Yeah. They look like a team that needs 2 to 3 goals every game to get the win or get the points. And it's not quite happening for us.
But City have players to score 2 or 3 goals every single game. Yet, you look at the evidence of this 90 minutes at least, and you wonder where that's going to come from. Listen, again, I know that David De Gea made some good saves that, kind of goes against how he has fared over recent weeks. But City have the players, and you feel certainly have the midfield to be scoring bucket loads, but it's eluding them, and that's concerning.
Here's the image that I did not think we were going to be looking at towards the end of this game. And it's Manchester City concerned and upset that they were not able to take the ball to the corner and keep it there, hanging on against a 10-man Manchester United. So see, that's the part in which I'm like, okay, this is a Manchester City that every time we show that full screen with the bookies and Champions League, and they say they are the favorites. And I'm looking at the evidence and I'm thinking, maybe the best version of Manchester City could be favorites in Champions League, but we haven't seen the best version of Manchester City in a while now, and we keep thinking, yeah, it's coming. Yeah, it's coming. They have some time. Laporte is coming back. Okay, but at some point you have to trend in that direction, and we just haven't seen enough consistency out of Manchester City.
They've just lost to United twice.
Yeah.
This Manchester United.
Exactly. In a short space of time, they've just lost at home. Amongst the other teams that have dropped points to this season in the league, they've just lost. They've got to a cup final, I understand, but they've just lost to United twice on their own patch. That's concerning. As for, and by the way, beyond this season, he'll have to go out and they'll have to spend in the back line. There's not a shadow of a doubt about it. On the other side of the coin, and I think Ali touched on it a little bit, with United, I think the concern for them is here that Solskjaer, with results like this and little bits where he picks away, gives the people that be, the powers that be at United, food for thought to say, if they're not already, we think we've got the right guy going forward. Rather than, we need to make a change. Because I think most of us think they need to make a change, certainly in the summer. But if he gives them enough and they don't do it, I think it could put them even further behind the 8 ball next year.
I think this is more than enough for what we've seen from this United board to say
absolutely.
that Solskjaer's the right man. Let's be honest. The PSG game and result got him the full-time position.
Yep.
I think this performance and result keeps him in the job at least through to the start of next season.
It's a PSG game that, oh, by the way, he referred to it in the lead up to this game. Hey, look, this is what we can do. This is what we're capable. So if you're about to selling that, you can say, see, I told you that we could do it. Here we are again. We're having an opportunity to advance. We got unfortunate in the end.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN+.